Chance at 5-1 again, and Leandersson is keeping faith with the lineup that won the last Baker. He shuffled his pack through the first 3 Bakers. He likes what he's got now. And he'll like that opening, a strike. And this crowd so into it this afternoon here in Barnsley. When the Baker comes along, as if they're saying, oh no, not a Baker again, we're going to lose. But much more of a sense of buzz and vibrancy about that quintet at the moment. And it's the Americans that'll look intense. None tenser than this man right here, Tim Mack, going coast to coast, getting a lot of hook, but leaving a split. Yeah.
Quite straight. And that hasn't worked. It's an open. Oscar Palermaa, number 2 man for the European lineup. Coming up, and we'll be looking to shoot the double. Striking frame 1. Can he go for another one? Well,
left one in the corner.
300 miles an hour, as he normally does.
Look at that back lift. Did that one break the speed limit again? He's done it a couple of times.
Well, if that's not up to 28, 30 mile an hour, I'll be surprised.
Not a red. Now then, Bill Hoffman has really suffered at this year's Weber Cup. Has never got into any kind of rhythm at all, and you look at his numbers, they are way adrift of the rest of the 9, but that's a good start from the Joker, and he'll be delighted with that.
Yeah, only 2 frames.
Suddenly they have to fight for these. Torgerson, who couldn't miss in his singles match. What a match that was. The highlight of the whole Weber Cup for me, that and the 100 game. And he's got another strike.
Yeah, Torres having a real good tournament this year. Doug Kent looking to make the double.
Ooh, well he does. But it's a Brooklyn hit. But as we said before, the thing with the Brooklyn hit, anything can happen. You can actually knock all 10 over.
Well, absolutely.
And that is that's the slight quirk of the Baker. You can get a bit cold because you have your ball and then you just sit and watch everybody else. What's Moor got here? No, left the 8 at the back there, I believe.
Solid 8-pin right in the pocket. That's the ball that's got too much. Half a straight, takes it away quite nicely.
Got 19 in arrears. Got a menagerie going on in here. Got the Moose. Somebody's left. Barnes probably felt he'd been bitten by a snake after bowling 268 and still ending up on the losing side. That memorable match against Torgerson, taking his revenge there with a strike.
And it's now up to the Europeans. A bit of pressure on them to string some strikes. Maybe Mika Koiveniemi is the man to do that, just that.
Well, let's put it this way, it'll be a surprise if he doesn't. Mika's been big money for Team Europe. And does it again. I think Mika just likes to hear that Moose. Here's a man you wouldn't expect to stumble. Tommy Jones, Mr. Perfect from Friday night. Hasn't really been perfect since. Actually bowled a 4 with one of his first balls. That was not the greatest strike ever, but they all count. Nicely done from Thomas.
2 strikes from the captain of Europe.
What happened last time he stepped up? Open frame. Got away with that one. I don't think he'd get away with it again. And I wouldn't expect to see it again, quite frankly.
Well, yeah, there is pressure on him, as you say, Nick. He really needs a strike here, but any mark will be good. Looking 4 in a row. Make it 5.
So significant, this Baker, isn't it? As Tim said, you know, you lose it, it's 14-10. That's not a crisis. Here's Osku, who brings a bit of attitude of his own. Those pins have no chance when he's in the pocket.
Wow, look at that body language from Osku. How about that? Most unusual. Really enjoyed himself in this match. What a lot of power. Look how wide that ball is. And the revs over 600 yet again. Absolutely rips the rack.
Yeah, Osku's one of these guys that makes Paul Moor sound like a chatterbox. I mean, this is just a man of very few words. Edgy. And it's Hoffman. No good. He's lucky. Now, once again, the machinery's melted.
Straightforward spare. It's just a little 2 pins in the corner. I guess any machine malfunction is enough to put somebody off, them off their stroke.
Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah, well done, Bill.
It allows Team Europe, with a strike though, to put their noses in front. You got away with one there, Hoff, because that was one of those you see left as a split, and now nothing between them. But if both teams do strike out, it's another for the boys in blue.
Yes, and what a lead that will be going into the evening session. Torgerson looking for 10.
Getting all 10.
Makes it 4 strikes in a row for the European side.
You know, Torgerson
Brings a game to this weekend, to the Weber Cup. Showing everything for Europe. Doug Kent, strike on his first frame. Needs another one now.
Ooh, doesn't get it. They didn't need that.
Rings that 10 pin in the corner. And that's mighty costly.
We've talked about Hoffman's struggles. Doug Kent,
As the world's best player this year. Player of the year to the tournament. But yeah, I guess you might be right. He's certainly not performing.
Absolutely sensational. I heard Mack say he hasn't seen goal as well in 4 years. Sleeper left by Paul Moor. Again, we talked about Doug Kent. What they are talking about, though.
This needs to be good.
That is safely done. But that spare allowed. And here's a fella you would expect to deliver.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anybody better to stand up and get a strike for you.
Oh, there was nothing wrong with that pocket hit. The 10-pin god said, not today, Chris Barnes.
Well, that could be the...
know that on another day, that's a good pocket hit and it's a strike. Instead, it's a spare. And Team Europe with the edge again. The closer, the fella that has to seal the deal for you. Thomas has no hesitation in picking this man to get that done. Let's see if that faith is justified. Well, there's the first strike.
The big Finn, Mack and Koiveniemi, put there in the number 5 position just to get those strikes when needed. And what has he done? Absolutely ripped the rack. We have to hold 2 strikes at least.
But Mack here can effectively seal the entrance.
10's a winner. And the crowd go absolutely ballistic.
But it's just an incredible... They came in as underdogs, Team Europe, after that heartbreaker last year. Doug Kent coming into the lineup for Team USA, only the world #1. And a lot of people thought the Europeans may struggle. But look at this, on the threshold of a 14-10 lead to take into the night session. If Koiveniemi nails 8 or more, of course. It's another Baker win for Team Europe. 3 out of 4. Has the world gone mad?
Well, the crowd has certainly gone mad.
17, the winning post. And doesn't that just sum it up? Even Tommy Jones.
Last year's Sunday afternoon, and it's happened again. And it would have been a whitewash, wouldn't it? And how sad do those guys look, unfortunately.
And how well has Chris Barnes on the left there bowled? And he's come up completely empty today.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, he was sensational against Torgerson. Not his fault that he's up against somebody who's bowling a 290.
Well, it's a team game and a individuals game for singles, but you've got to put them all together. And it's congratulations all round. What a great game.
Certainly was. 14 pins, the differential in the end. Another Baker win for Thomas Leandersson, who's thinking to himself, Baker problems? We got no Baker problems here. And the Weber Cup is starting to tilt firmly in the favour of the Europeans. Mack Koiveniemi can smile as these guys go into their couple of hours.